Quarter life crisis is no joke, so that's why today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to cope with your quarter life crisis. A quarter life crisis is basically a midlife crisis at 25. I personally would even consider it to be at a younger age, like 23 or 22 when you first graduate college. Not that everyone has to graduate at those ages. If you graduate earlier, that's perfectly fine. In my opinion, a quarter life crisis occurs around that time period of your life, and here's why. We are so used to being told what to do our whole lives, from the moment we start preschool to elementary school to middle school, high school. Then we're pushed into college to choose a major. And then when college is over, it's kind of like, well, now what? So this could oftentimes cause a quarter life crisis. You're kind of having an identity crisis. You don't know what to do without school and being told what to do. The ball is in your court, the world is your oyster, and the options are endless, and this is scary. Alternatively, you might feel stuck in a certain path because you majored in that thing in college, but we'll get into that with our 5 tips. So after college, it's kind of like, well, now what? Do I just work forever and that's it? That's my whole life? I'm here to tell you that it's not it. There is so much more amazing things to life, and please don't freak out. I know it's scary and overwhelming, but I'm here to hold your hand through it. And you might be wondering, well, who am I to talk? Well, my name is Jackie. I am a certified life coach. I went through my quarter life crisis not too long ago because I recently graduated in 2019 with a bachelor's in psychology as well as a master's in 2020. And after I graduated and entered the workforce, it hit me. So trust me, I know what you're going through. And it might not even be work related, which we'll get into as well. If you want more tips on how to handle a quarter life crisis and mindset shifts, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Jackie_the_life_coach and TikTok at Jackie the Life Coach. So let's get into it. First, I want to start off by saying that this is completely normal. The term quarter life crisis is coined for a reason. Some symptoms of a quarter life crisis is you might be feeling lost, confused, stuck, not knowing what to do with your life. You may be unhappy at a job. You may be unhappy in your love life. You may be unhappy in any area and every area of your life. You may just want to run away from it all and run back to college. So here is my first tip for you. Breathe. Slow down. It's okay. This is so normal. There is no need to have it all figured out by tomorrow. You will not have your life planned ever. The saying that we make plans and God laughs couldn't be more relevant. You cannot plan out your whole life. Step back, realize you're young. You have your whole life to figure it out. Like, who has it all figured out anyway? That's boring. So take a step back and breathe. But if you're like me, you might feel the need to take action, so you'll like my next tip. Figure out what you don't like doing. Believe it or not, this is a blessing in disguise. Knowing what you don't like doing will give you clarity and a path of the way to go and what you do love doing. Like I said, you're not going to have it all figured out by tomorrow, but this is going to really help you. It's okay if you're doing something you're unhappy in right now, because that's part of your path to getting to the place where you are happy. And now you know this. You had to learn this lesson in order to get to the place that you need to be. And this brings me into my next and favorite tip. Don't put yourself in a box. Just because you majored in something in college or you have a really good job in a certain field does not mean that you are stuck in that place forever. The options are endless. For example, if you are at a job that you don't like, step back and think about and research other things you could do with your major. This is something that I started to do. If you're researching and freaking out because nothing interests you of your major, you just like the schoolwork or chose because you chose a major at 18, you didn't know what else to do, that's fine, and it's all too common. Guess what? You have the power to make a complete 180 in your career or any area of your life. You're not stuck there. That's exactly what I did. Just for some context, I went for industrial organizational psychology, which is essentially the psychology of business. So the goal of this field is to make the workplace a better place. I ended up in corporate human resources, which I absolutely hated, and ran in the other direction. Back to my first tip, it made me realize what I didn't like doing. And as much as I like industrial organizational psychology and think it's really important and super necessary, I just wanted nothing to do with corporate life, office life. I did not want to spend my life doing anything behind a desk. So I ran in the complete other direction and made a complete 180 with my life. I'm not telling you that you should do this or this is the answer for you, but know it's an option. Also, a little bonus tip, if you're considering changing career paths, if you think that's what's going to make you happy, it's good to seek the advice and opinions of others. However, don't take it too personally. At the end of the day, this is your life. You have to live for you. You have to wake up every day doing something that makes you happy, not your parents, not your friends. Please do not take the judgments of others too seriously. If this tip made you more stressed and you feel even more overwhelmed, that's what I'm here for. Feel free to reach out to me or fill out an application for one-on-one coaching so I can help you get unlost and unstuck and not feel as overwhelmed. My next tip is so important. Find things outside of your career that you enjoy. It is so important in our adult lives, now that we're not on that strict and narrow path of school, to find ways to enjoy our free time, to have hobbies that make us happy, to do things we love. You know, they say that your passions can turn into a career, which is true, so please keep this in mind if you're looking for a career change. However, it is so important to do things just for the sake of pleasure, just for you. Whether it's riding a bike, running, playing the guitar, baking, you name it. It is so important to have these outlets in your life that don't expect a certain result or outcome or compensation. Things you just do for pure enjoyment for you. My last and most controversial tip that you might get annoyed at is embrace the unknown. I know this is so overwhelming because the world is literally your oyster. You have so many options that it's kind of stressful, but reframe your mindset and think of it as an amazing thing, because you are young and you can literally do whatever your heart desires if you put your mind to it, you put the work towards it, if it's something that you could realistically do, if it's something that other people have achieved in the past, why can't you? If you're miserable at a corporate job or any type of job, you could go back to school for whatever you want. You could be an accountant right now, you can go back to school for teaching. You don't even have to go back to school. You could start your own business. I'm telling you, it's scary, but really take this time to think about what you want to do. Think about how you want to spend your life. Think about, like I said, what you don't want to do. I've been in your shoes. I know how overwhelming it is, so I genuinely hope this video helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe, comment if you have any questions. I just want to help as many people possible that are going through this because I know how lonely it could feel. But like I said, you don't have to go through it alone. If you want to work with me, fill out an application for one-on-one coaching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, whatever you may be doing. Thank you again. Bye-bye.